Year-ender lists are always controversial, especially when you're looking to put together something as subjective as the best films of the year. For my top 10 films of 2018, I'm going on the basis of the films that made an impact on me this year for various reasons that I'll put down as I go through them one by one. I'm going by the films that released in Indian cinemas in 2018. Keeping that in mind, let's get down to the list in no particular order. I'm starting big with Avengers Infinity War. Is there a film that made a bigger impact than Infinity War this year? You cannot deny Marvel's gargantuan film came with a lot of expectations, and boy did it deliver. I think Infinity War was absolutely incredible because it did something quite unexpected by making the bad guy win on such a large scale. And we all are waiting to see what's going to happen with our favorite Avengers in the upcoming Endgame next year. I'm going to purchase a copy of Infinity War as soon as I can and watch it repeatedly, so this is a no-brainer start to my list. My second entry was quite a surprise for me considering I'm not such a big fan of the series, but man, this one left me stunned. I'm talking about Mission Impossible Fallout. Tom Cruise, Henry Cavill and director Christopher McQuarrie created a bold film that sets new standards in stunt and action choreography. The fact that they were mostly done with practical effects rather than CGI makes it all even sweeter. From this point on, we are always going to measure stunts against Fallout, and that itself is enough for it to be featured here. Another film that I absolutely loved this year was Green Book. This is already getting a lot of nominations in various categories, and rightfully so. The performances by Viggo Mortensen and Mahershala Ali are simply delightful, and I won't be surprised if either of them win in their respective categories. Green Book is a throwback to the simpler ways of making films. It's heartwarming and funny, which makes it a must-watch. My fourth film, Searching, belongs to the subgenre of screen films because it's told entirely through screens. This appeared to be a gimmick at first, but you can see that a lot of thought and planning went into putting the screenplay together, and it certainly pays off in the most unexpected ways. This turned out to be a chilling mystery that reveals how little we know of people in reality, which is all the more pertinent in today's social media-driven world, making Searching a fitting entry. Next up, A Star is Born. An underdog overcoming adversity to make it big, two talented people who can't help falling in love with each other. We've seen variations of this story several times before. But Bradley Cooper reconstructed A Star is Born for the present age. His writing, direction and overall performance in the film is passionate to say the least. The original songs were highlights as well. Lady Gaga is a trained singer, and it's no surprise that she can tell a story through song. The vulnerability in her acting and singing performances conveyed a raw sensitivity that defied her image as a real-life pop star. Lady Gaga proved to be an actress to look forward to, and don't be too surprised if she goes on to win the Best Actress award either. My sixth film is A Quiet Place. John Krasinski ventured into direction in a big way with A Quiet Place. It was quickly apparent that it's a story he cared about deeply, and you could see this in the way he carefully constructed it. A Quiet Place is an all-out horror thriller, which works because it focuses on just that. Going by this, Krasinski has become another new director to watch out for. Along with Emily Blunt, his wife on screen and off it, he is now part of a new powerhouse couple in Hollywood. My next entry, SpiderMan Into the Spider-Verse, answers the question, how many times can the Spider-Man story be told? Many, many times if you know how to tell it right. The animation set a new standard by using the comic book premise to great effect. All the different Spider people worked really well individually and together. I watched the film twice and it still managed to surprise me the second time around. If you haven't already, do yourself a favor and check it out on the big screen. Time for some more horror with Hereditary. Hereditary was one of the few horror films that really caught me off guard. It was absolutely unpredictable and extremely disturbing, which is high praise for its genre. Toni Collette's performance demands an Oscar nomination. She's that good here. Hereditary is the type of horror film that gets under your skin and crawls around. I can see it becoming a cult classic down the years. Two more films left to go, and I'm going all the way to the start of the year for Paddington 2. Don't let the name fool you, as this film had a lot to offer. To begin with, the ensemble cast featured some of the best actors in the UK, along with cameos from a number of familiar faces. Amongst all the talent, Hugh Grant ended up being the most versatile of the lot. Of course, Ben Whishaw is perfectly cast as Paddington. Besides the hilarious slapstick comedy, Paddington 2 excelled in conveying its messages about accepting outsiders and always looking for the good in people. The sequel was funnier, more charming and heartwarming than the original. The 10th and last film on my list is 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Earlier this year, I made my prediction about 2 categories in the Oscars, and I'm proud to say, I told you so. Frances McDormand brought out so much pain in her performance, and it's no surprise that she bagged the Oscar for Best Actress with Conviction. Similarly, Sam Rockwell's eclectic performance in the film's most distinctive character arc bagged him the Best Supporting Actor award. Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri was a film that really made me think once the credits rolled and had the most impact on me this year. There you have it. 2018 was a great year for films and 2019 is shaping up to be even better. Keep an eye out for my list of the most anticipated films of 2019. Guys, which films do you think should have been featured or left out from this list? Let me know in the comments and keep watching It's Entertainment only on Winner Now, you first.